Hello and welcome to the Coffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. And this is the instant match reaction to Everton's 0-0 draw away at Fulham. And I think first and foremost, I think on overall on the whole balance of things, I'd probably say a draw was probably the most fair result. There might be some people watching that disagree with me on that. It could be Fulham or Everton fans, I guess. Especially in the second half. I thought Fulham were very much on top of us and probably had the better chances of it. But then, of course, you look at that period towards the end of the game, two golden opportunities from set pieces that somehow we couldn't put away. And similarly, I think in the first half, probably quite even. I'd probably say we were maybe marginally on top, especially early on. But um, yeah, just one of those games where. No one was able to really just take their chances in the end. I think it was quite an entertaining 0-0. I think for the neutrals. But there was a lot of time that I spent with me face behind my hands. And Pickford called into several good saves, and there was some good blocks, and kind of the more the kind of siege defensive displays that we've been seeing quite a lot of recently. I think at points I think we're maybe starting to see a team a little bit more now that are almost playing for draws at points. I think we have little spells, particularly towards in the first half, where we just try and nick a goal, and then after that we kind of dig deep a bit more, and let the opposition have the ball a bit more. And Fulham, you could tell, really grown into the game, especially after the break. Uh there were clearly some choice words to Marcus Silva at half time, telling them uh, that they can get at us. And Willian in particular, I think was really causing us really causing us problems. And at times we really struggled to deal with him. Um, and yeah, like I say, I think both teams have a right to be gutted that they didn't win, and yet so based on that, you you probably argue that a draw was the most fair result in a kind of roundabout way. So. And yeah, I think it's quite a good point for us, all things considering. Again, there'll probably be people, especially Everton fans, who disagree with me on that as well. But you have to look at the fact that we had a winger playing at centre mid. We literally just had one fit central midfielder in the whole squad. Hopefully Onana is back soon. Based on Dutch's comments, it doesn't seem too serious. He was able to play out the entire Luton game despite the injury, suffering the injury quite early on. So hopefully it's just one where we didn't want to risk him for this one, and he's back in time for Tottenham on Saturday. And then similarly, you'd imagine that just kind of Gay, now Senegal are out of AFCON, he might be available in time for that game on Saturday as well. Fingers crossed. Um, but then of course as well during the game, we lose Dan Juma to look like quite a nasty little injury, and the fact he had to go off like that probably suggests we might not be seeing him for the next few weeks, which I guess means that the likes of Lewis Dobbin in particular are probably going to have to maybe step up a little bit, and McNeil and Harrison still starting, but Dobbin maybe making a bit more of an impact off the bench, and being that one to be called upon if things aren't working. And yeah, obviously as well, Godfrey back in the team for the first time in a while. It seems to be the case most times now when he comes back into the side, where he starts off looking quite rusty and a bit error prone, and then seems to kind of grow into the game, grow with confidence a bit. I think we saw similar against when we played Burnley back at Turf Moor back in December. And yeah, I think it was a similar case here. Again, another very crucial interception, with that one where Reed got through and played it across for Willian after McNeil lost the ball. Um, and yeah, like I said, I think started slowly. Obviously, got a dodgy yellow card, which for me I don't think was a yellow card at all. And that was obviously frustrating. But yeah, I was quite surprised he wasn't brought off at half time after that. To be honest, yeah, you've got Patterson waiting there on the bench. I thought maybe Dutch might make the change there. Not risk another sending off and losing another player. But no, he didn't do that. And yeah, as I say, I think Godfrey grew into the game and handled Willian quite well, to be honest, all things considering. And then similarly, Ashley Young as well, helping him out on the right side, playing in the right midfield position, where we saw him do quite well when we played Newcastle and beat them back in December. Again, I was quite impressed with Ashley Young, to be honest. And yeah, like I say, I think we'll be seeing a lot more of him. Good to get more, as many numbers back fit as possible. Really, I know Ashley Young in particular is someone who divides opinion, but As I said, we just need as many numbers as we can get, really. You know, obviously, there's as we record, this is one day of the transfer window left, and there's tenuous links linking us to players that we could possibly get on loan that we're inquiring, but doesn't look like that we're going to be bringing anyone in. Hopefully, that means that no one else is going out the door, and we know what we have to work with now, and it's just about getting as many players fit as possible, really, to give us as many options as possible. And yeah, I guess that basically sums it up. Obviously, as well, can't really go about this video without discussing yet another VAR controversy with the handball. Apparently, according to I think Joe Thomas was reporting this. Apparently, according to the guidelines given or the reasoning given, even for apparently not being awarded, is that the arm was by the side. I'm sure we'll get Dermot Gallagher on Ref Watch, and maybe it'll be featured in the next one of those shows. What is it? The Ref Watch thing that Howard Webb does, whatever it's called. Giving some nonsense explanation for me, blatant penalty, and I think roles reversed that's given against us, and yeah, the wait for a penalty goes on. But yeah, like I say, I think the overall point is basically no two real complaints. Obviously, it would have been nice to nick it at the end. Again, Beto just seems to be lacking in confidence in front of goal. We've had a few now where probably should be taking a chance a lot better, and you can't really make any excuses about that header in particular. And then the scramble, it's just unlucky, really. Like it's just mad. And these sort of chances to fall to us. Look, think back to that Spurs game a few weeks ago at their ground where the amount of chances we had, and it just ball just wouldn't go into the back of the net sometimes. So yeah, I think overall pleased enough with a draw. Um, but obviously, I guess the main damaging result from this evening is Luton's bizarre win over Brighton, 4-0 win over Brighton, just crazy. And obviously means we drop back into the relegation zone, I believe. So yeah, obviously not pleasant viewing, but yeah, like I said, there's still a long way to go, and hopefully, if we can get more players back, we can hopefully still get enough results to get us over the line. And obviously, the appeals started this week as well. Um, to find out if this 10-point deduction gets reduced or whatever. And so yeah, we wait to see what happens with that. But yeah, I think that basically sums up everything I've got. I'm just about to go and do the player ratings video as well, so please make sure you go and check that out. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Comment below giving your thoughts. Do you think we should have win? Do you think we should have won even, or do you think a draw was a fair result? Like me, and yeah, subscribe to the Toffee Blues channel for more Everton content, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers.